So I'm gonna start this off by saying uh, R.I.P to DMX. Um, it's a two-way thing to this. We have lost one of the greatest legendary artists of all time. You know what I mean? Motivational speaker, poetess, rapper, that glorifies Jesus, that put out his demons that he was facing, fought his demons, and no matter what, still entertained the world and inspired the world at the same time. And I also want to put in there the reason why I did Philly DMX is because I know who I am. I'm S.4.G. But I did Philly DMX because not only did he inspire me, it was one of my favorite artists of all time, but at the same time, I felt like we was on the same path. You know what I mean? Uh, Glorifying God no matter what nobody says, no matter how they feel. You know what I mean? No matter how much the industry tries to blackball to stop it and doesn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? So that was more of a tribute to him, a salute to him. I re-uploaded it. That's why I was up twice. That's why I posted the Get Well DMX. That was just a re-upload. So, if you haven't seen the video, it's an older video. But beyond that, the fact of the matter is, I just want to say R.I.P to X. Um, X helped me a lot. Helped me a lot with slipping, doing the track slipping. I related to everything he said. You know what I mean? I went through everything he went through. You know, I may not have, it's a sad thing that he was laced. Come to find out that a so-called friend that he looked up to laced, you know, what he laced in his blunt to have him have that addiction. I mean, I had experienced that, but I experienced everything else. I understand how he felt. You know what I mean? And that's another reason why I just felt, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's if I can't relate to an artist, I can't feel you. That's how I am. You know what I mean? Some music I may just like the beat, whatever, but I gotta not only feel you but relate to you. You know what I mean? And DMX helped me with slipping a lot of times. You know what I mean? When if I felt like no matter how many people I'm able to talk to when I'm going through things, I would play slipping, and that would not only make me feel that somebody else going through or been through what I went through, and not only that, and to speak on it, somebody did try to lace a blunt up. But that's a whole nother story. They tried to, you know what I mean? And I gave them 5 seconds to get out the house, you know what I mean? In the midst of snapping. So I thank God I dodged that bullet. I know how he felt. The only thing that was in my mind, that could have been my life. That could have been, you know, ain't no telling how that drug affects people. You know what I mean? Every drug affects people different. Hey, you digging out the trash can and walking around, you know what I mean? Doing God knows what. But with that being said, he inspired me with slipping. He inspired me with Lord, give me a sign. You know what I mean? He inspired me, period. You know? So it's like at the end of the day, same way as I say, we lost one of the greatest inspirational artists, you know what I mean? At the same time, and God given artists, at the same time, he lives on. He lives on through all our hearts that, like he said at the end of Slipping, he said, this is your song. Basically, he was doing it for us. is going through the same thing. It's trying to keep faith in God, and you still fighting demons and stuff like that, you know. And it's even in the video he did when he spoke, he even said he's seen the devil before, like I experienced. You know what I mean? But make a long story short, at the same time, uh, we still didn't lose him at the same time. You know what I mean? And you know automatically Jesus got him. You know he in heaven. You know that for a fact. You know what I mean? And not only that, he lives on through us, through me, through everybody that rock out for him. You know what I mean? So at the same time, it's a sad situation, you know what I mean, to lose somebody fleshly, but we gotta also celebrate them spiritually. You know what I mean? And while we here, just period. We gotta celebrate. We need to celebrate, especially an artist like that. You know what I mean? That did his best to inspire others, no matter what he was going through. You know what I mean? No matter what anybody said about him, no matter the demon he was fighting, no matter how many times he went in and out of jail, in and out the hospital, he still did his best to pray for everybody and to pray with everybody. He started his albums out with a prayer. And by the grace of God, he got another album coming out, a new album coming out, you know, right before his passing. I mean, you know, coming out after his passing. But he ended up, you know, putting the album together right before he passed away. So that's another blessed thing, you know what I mean? But words can't express how much X really inspired me, you know what I mean? And through times I was going through, helped me knowing that somebody can that actually relate, you know what I mean? And like I said, he still lives on through everybody that believes in him, man. You know what I mean? That was rocking with him, that understood him. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like everybody ain't understand him. And not only that, it's a lot of artists that didn't want X to be here. Because he was exposing not only the industry, he was exposing a lot of artists, exposing the devil. You know what I mean? A lot of people and a lot of artists, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about devilish mindset people, people that sold their souls, stuff like that. They ain't want to see X here. You know what I mean? People that want to corrupted industry and all that, they ain't want to see X here. Because at the end of the day, he was exposing all that. You know what I mean? They know the better he got, health-wise, and beating that addiction demon, they knew ain't no stopping him. Because he was already doing what he was doing while he was doing what he was doing. You know what I mean? So they knew. The better this boy got, come on, man. Come on, man. People talk about top 5 artists and all that. You gotta mention X. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. So, same time, I want to celebrate X. I want to celebrate the fact that God allowed him to be here. You know what I mean? Celebrate the fact that he's home now with the Father. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you know, he left us with some beautiful music that can inspire us and that can help us through our times. You know what I mean? Schooled us on things about the industry and everything, down to the devil. You know what I mean? And bigger than rap. You know what I'm saying? It'd never be another X. It would never be another X. It would never be another X. But just like Tupac and all the other great artists that inspired people, they do live through us. You know what I mean? They passed that torch to those that they touched, because they did them songs, them raps for us, that related, that understood, and that experienced it, and it was dealing with it. You know what I mean? So therefore, they don't never die. It's what it is. Spiritually, they don't die. You know, ain't no way God gonna reject DMX. Ain't no way, and everybody knows that. God was just ready for him to come home. It is what it is, man. You know, I did my live on Instagram, so I already shed my tears. Even though I didn't know X personally, it felt like I knew him personally. Felt like I knew him personally. You know what I mean? I hit DMX up after I did Philly DMX, letting him know, you know, him up through social media, let him know, you know what I mean? This not only a tribute to you, you know, but I also it'd be an honor if you could be on the track. Then come to find out when I did that, that's when he was gonna find out he was in the hospital. Then if he wasn't in the hospital, he was in jail. So it's understandable why he didn't reach back. It's understandable. You know what I mean? And to this day, I'm just glad I did the track to represent him. You know what I mean? And the fact that I been did it to represent him, doing Philly DMX. You know what I mean? Basically somebody that relates to you, that understands you, and that's gonna keep the torch going. You know what I mean? One thing I can say is what I respect and appreciate it, that Dragon responded back to me. And we talk business, so it's still gonna happen. You know what I mean? And you know, God bless all the Rough Riders. God bless Dragon, all of them, man. I know they real hurt by this. Swiss Beats, all of them. That really, really knew him. That been through everything that he been through a wedding at shows. You know what I mean? They knew what he was doing. Sometimes getting high before he do his show, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whatever. But at the end of the day, they still pushed him. Come on, X, let's do this. That's right. Come on. You know what I mean? They knew from the rip what he was doing. He said he was slipped that drug. That drug was laced in a blunt. And y'all know what drug it was. But YouTube is very sensitive, so that's why you know, a certain way you got to talk. But when they slipped him that drug, that's right, R.I.P. X. When they slipped him that, when this coward, it was supposed to be his old head, slipped him that drug, and y'all know what drug I'm talking about, that he been fighting since then. He was only 14 years old. If you want to look it up, you can look it up. He spoke out about it. You know what I mean? Not too long ago, before he died. He spoke out about it in an interview. You know what I mean? And I never knew it until I seen the video. The old head was supposed to be inspired. The old head inspired him because he could already rap, but the old head was supposed to be helping him get even better with rapping. End up lacing the blunt and passing the blunt around. Who would do that to a young boy? Not only somebody you know that look up to you. That's why you got to watch the closest people to you and people you claim as your friends and stuff like that, man. Even family, too. The devil will use anybody that would allow the devil to use them. You know what I mean? So, through all that, that's what's up. They still rocked out with him. S.4.G, you in your own lane, doing your thing. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you know, and it's like, you know, especially being in a lane and doing music, you know, where the industry just want a bunch of clowns right now. They don't care. They just want the money. They just want who they can gross money off of. They want the clowns to, you know, they pay for and do what they got to do to make it seem like the clowns on top. So it keeps me even stronger. Besides from my God, it lets me know you won't win no matter what. You already winning. You already ahead of them. That's why they do their best to try to stop you. Same way with X. But again, besides for God, besides for y'all, You know what I mean? That I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3. I don't care if it's 4 fans. I don't care, and I don't consider y'all fans. I consider y'all supporters. I consider y'all family to me. Because it's even so-called family that don't even click like or don't even leave a comment. And God bless them. I don't feel no type of way. You know what I mean? Because from people I don't even know be stopping me on the street and be like, make the hood rich, S.4.G. When you coming out with some new music. And that's what means something to me. But not only that, X passing away. You know what I mean? That even more. When artists like that, that's on the same mission, the same road, pass away, I know even more. I got to grab that torch. I got to go even harder. You know what I mean? I'm not just doing it for me. Besides doing it for God. I'm doing it for y'all that understand, and I'm doing it for X. I'm doing it for, it is what it is, man. For hip-hop, period. I understand why Nas said hip-hop is dead, but hip-hop ain't never died. They got the real is here. We just got to dominate and come together. You know what I mean? And get the corny out of here. No matter how much the industry, and that's why you got to be independent. S.4.G, Black Rob did an interview from the hospital. He looked like he was in a lot of pain as well. I'm really sorry to hear that. He was a hot MC too, man. I always used to rock Black Rob music. The industry is shady. They do anything for a check. Right. Right. And beware of those that'll do anything for a check. For real. From selling their soul to, you know what I mean, anything for a check. Watch those. For real. Because they do anything for a check. Man. They do anything for a check. They release new DMX music soon as he passed. I thought that was disrespectful. And you know what's even crazy about that? What I thought about? I hope and pray. Because when things like that happen, especially to artists like DMX, Tupac, stuff like that, I hope and pray that money, that royalty goes to his family, his kids, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we don't know where that money is going once they pass away. We don't know if they family got to fight for those royalties. And it's not about the money, but they deserve that. They deserve that. So we don't know where them royalties is going or how they got to fight for it. So God willing is going to his family, is going to his loved ones. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's crazy. And sorry to hear about Black Rob, man. I'm gonna look more into that. Hope he come out of that. And was even more sadder is the fact I seen how when DMX recent videos, you know, how he looked like, you know, he ready to he ready. He ready. I got this my new album about to drop. Looking, know what I mean, like he ready to go. He ready to, you know what I'm saying? He ready to go harder again. Then out of the blue, he's in the hospital from an overdose in a vegetative. Come on, how all of a sudden, just you know, even though we know it's life, we know what goes on in life, ups and downs happen, stuff like that. You know, that's why you gotta live every day, thanking the Lord every day, because every day you blessed with opportunity to be here. You know what I mean, and appreciate every day. You know what I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at, you know, I couldn't wait. And he said a couple people that was going to be on the album. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Because everything he was going through, I was waiting, man. Like, I know you're going to come out of it. He got too much faith in Jesus. You know what I mean? So for him to all of a sudden, out of the blue, end up in the hospital, they talking about some soon they're going to pull the plug. No. Already it's too much going on in the industry. It's too much going on in the industry. Devilish. Right before he get ready to drop an album, this happens to him. You know what I mean? I don't want to assume anything, but it just don't add up. just don't add up to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't add up, you know. But at the end of the day, X did his thing. He did his thing. Really, X was rapping longer than he was rapping before a lot of people even knew. A lot of fans that he got, they probably don't even know how long X was rapping, man. You know what I mean? He done did ciphers with Jay-Z. They said he battled Jay-Z back in the day, but what I seen, it looked like it was a cipher. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He had beef with what's his name? K Solo. You know what I mean? K Solo was a hot artist too. Shout out to K Solo. You know what I mean? So that's how far he go back. You know what I mean? Because of the track XPEL, when he be spelling all that, breaking it down, like spelling everything. X was saying he did it first, trying to say he took it from him. So at the end of the day, you know, only they know the truth. And not to dwell on the beef or none of that, but at the end of the day, it just goes to show how far back X goes. You know what I mean? Losing X is it's like losing, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Real, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, he still lives on. Still lives on. You know what I mean? That's the best thing about it. You know what I mean? I could see if he was just, you know, one of them people that just didn't, you know, rapped a bunch of flying filth all the time and this and that. He had his tracks where he snapped and this and that, yeah. But he also made sure, what'd he do? He gave a prayer. Praying for himself, praying for everybody else. Even in his music. Lord, give me a sign. You know what I mean? I really need to talk to you, Lord. Come on, man. It is what it is, man. So at the end of the day, we already know where X went. Like I said, it's the difference of somebody, you know, God bless everybody, for real, for real. A soul is a soul. A soul is a soul. You know what I mean? I done rap the hardest of the hardest raps. You know what I mean? But one thing for sure, the things were certain. When I did, and not making no excuse for it, because everybody knows I still go hard, but I just don't curse in my lyrics no more. And to me, that's a weapon. That's power. You know what I mean? That's what cleans your raps up. And it still can be hard. That's why I try my best to inspire to people. But before I wasn't, when I was cursing in my lyrics, you know what I mean, not to make no excuse for it, everything made sense. Even if I said I would do something to you, it would be if you try me. You know what I mean? That was your favorite DMX song. That comes to your mind. Oh, what was your favorite DMX song that come to your mind? Yeah, I try to give, I try to give y'all time to come on, to get on here. You know what I mean? Before I start talking, I said it earlier. You know what I mean? I just figured people, you know, they can always play it back. But the first song that came to my mind, that's my favorite of all time DMX is Slippin'. Slippin' is my favorite of all time DMX rap. Even though it's a long list of them. I love all X music. But Slippin', I can't even just say I can't even just say just a favorite one. It's a few that's all together. It got to be my favorites. I'm talking about my all-time favorites, even though I love all his music. But it's like, it's a few that I could say that's my number one track. Slipping, Lord Give Me a Sign, and They Don't Know Who We Be, because they don't know. They don't know. If you didn't experience what we experienced, experience is the best teacher. And some people look at you, oh, he think he better than somebody, this and that. No, ain't none of that, man. Ain't none of that, man. The devil is a liar. It's to inspire, it's to let people know. Look, I've been face to face with Satan, and guess what? I'm still here. God chased him away, so he'll do it for you too. X even said that. Look it up. He said he's seen the devil. The devil came to him. Shout out to Michael Presley. I see it keeps saying 199. I don't know what that is. Cause I see it's a price. I don't know if you advertising something. I don't know what that is. I'm new to that right there on the live tip. See, hit the like button and support Philly's own S.4.G. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Glory be to God. I appreciate that. And whether somebody click it or not, I appreciate that. Just period. I sent you cash. That's love. That's love, dog. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. You know what I mean? Especially when somebody not even asking for it, but they still, glory be to God. That's when it feels even more. You know what I mean? Glory be to God, man. Glory be to God. I appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing this, baby. I ain't never going to stop. I ain't never going to stop. That's one thing I loved about X, no matter what he went through. Yeah, facts. No matter what X went through, no matter what, he never stopped. Not getting off the subject. You see Michael Jackson? What he was doing? He was still on that stage dancing. He still was performing, giving the world what they wanted. No matter if they talked about his nose, anything about him, he still kept performing for those that he inspired and that he knew that loved him. So same thing as X, same thing as myself. I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop. I could be 100 years old. As long as you can hear my words, you ain't even got to see my face no more. You know what I mean? And God is so good, it is what it is. If you look at the Bible, it says Sarah had a baby at 90 years old. You know what I mean? So at the same time, it's a lot of people that don't even, if I don't tell them my age, they be looking at me like, what? When they find out my age? That's God. You know what I mean? God will bless you with youth. So if somebody want to talk, let them talk. No matter how old you get, keep going. Because it's a lot of people that's fire, but they stop. Oh, I'm this age now. I'm this. So what? Your rap sound better than these clowns is out here today. That's talking this goofy stuff. You know what I mean? This artist is from back in the day, and shout out to Big Daddy Kane and oh man, and KRS One and those that still dropping music. But because of the blackballing and stuff like that, you got to look for it. You got to search for it. S.4.G, what's good? What's good with you? What's good with you? Ain't no age in rap. That's right. That's right. If anybody want to say that, you know what I mean? They're the ones that never wanted to see you go nowhere anyway. They never was riding for you anyway. They never was believing in you anyway. They was doubting you. They was hating on you anyway. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And a lot of them mad that you sound better than them. You know what I mean? S.4.G, can't wait for you to spaz out on my beat. Oh, you already know that. You already know that. You see these white old rock stars still selling out in crowds. Right. They not stopping. Ain't nobody talking about them, right? Ain't nobody talking about them. Jay-Z still going. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's without a doubt, man. That's without a doubt. Just like, gray hair is wisdom. Since we on the topic, gray hair is wisdom. But my spiritual encounters, if you look at the Bible, when Moses seen a burning bush, his whole hair turned gray. I got gray hair. Every time I had so many spiritual encounters that every time I had a spiritual encounter, thank God, two of them I got witnesses with. That's how good God is. So that way people can't never say that you crazy. Because some people know that the devil real and worship the devil and don't want you to put the truth out there. You know what I mean? So every time I went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror after every spiritual encounter, I had more gray hair and more gray hair. I was looking like, yo, you know what I mean? And I wasn't even nowhere near 30 and none of that. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. You know, some blessed, you know, at a young age, like my oldest son. He had gray hair already. He was like 11 with gray hair. You know what I mean? But that don't surprise me either. So if God's hand is on you, what you think He gonna bless your children and your children's children? You know what I mean? That's what it is. And gray hair is wisdom. But it's a shame to say it's a lot of old heads out here that's noodles, and that don't mean they wise because they got gray hair. And some noodles just made it. You know what I'm saying? But God blessed them too. They blessed the opportunity that one day they can change. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to rap, it's always old heads versus young boys. Seem like that sometimes. Let's get together, make this money and great music. Right. You're right about that. You know what I mean? Because besides me going hard for God and doing this for my children, you know what I mean? And any reason I do it for, you know what I mean? To keep artists like X name out still living. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, everybody has to eat. You know what I mean? Everybody has to eat. You know, so I appreciate anybody that sent me money or any of that. Because God keeps me. That's one thing for sure. God keeps me. I mean, that's why I did a video just to inspire of me giving away money to the homeless. And I'm going to do more of that. All glory be to God. All glory be to God. But as far as the music, they ain't seen nothing yet. I'm going harder than ever. I ain't just talking. Trust me, and I'm doing it for y'all and those that y'all know. Quote, it's just me here, and I'm not dressed, and that guy sounds kind of crazy. I hope you make an arrest. I'm a true fan. Facts. You said, what guy sounds crazy? This is, let's say Diamond Williams, Diamond Wilson. Said that guy sounds crazy, kind of crazy. I hope you make an arrest. Who's this person that you're talking about? And sorry to say, like, I never believed in that. I never believed in putting nobody in jail. I don't wish that on nobody. Don't get me wrong. I believe pedophiles, rapists, stuff like that. I believe it is a reason for some people to go to jail. It's like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, me myself, I can never, you know, send nobody to jail, put nobody in jail. I can never do that. It's just not in my blood. I'm quoting his lyrics from first album. DMX said that? Let's see. Right. That don't mean they wise. Seriously, man. Let's see. I said yesterday you and X and Pac are similar cause y'all mention God in your raps. Glory be to God. I appreciate that, man. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how it just, it just came out of us. You know what I mean? And like we all said to each other, this is what we gonna do. And what's crazy is that's why the devil loves separation. God wants us to come together. Look at that social distancing. Come on, man. At the end of the day, imagine we all could have came together. Me and DMX, stuff like that. Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Is what the man what they say about him. He still did Jesus walks. He's still going hard for God right now. It is what it is. Say what you want. I think that's another reason why Kim Kardashian divorcing him for real, for real. Oh, you ain't acting same now. You going all the way hard for God. It was cool when you was just balancing it, but that ain't none of my business, right? So I can't really, talk on that. But I can get my opinion, right? No disrespect to her. It just is what it is. The man start going hard for God. Now y'all get it. Now all of a sudden you want a divorce with him. Come on now. Come on, man. And for real, if you gonna divorce him at a time like that, he don't need you. You know what I mean? Somebody don't like that I glorify God. I don't need to be with you in the first place, no matter how much I love you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And if you do really love me, God is gonna make sure He gonna put spark in your heart. He's gonna do what He got to do for us to still be together. But other than that, he was better off. He was better off. That was corny. That's the first thing came to my mind when he went started dropping and making it known and going hard for God how she divorced him like that. When to start getting a divorce in the middle of that. See, get them likes up. See, I'm gonna send you another beat. I need a verse from you for my EP. Got you. Got you. Send as many as you can because I'm snapping. I'm snapping. You know what I mean? I got beats and I still want more beats. Feed me beats because I'm telling you, watch. I'm going to show you better than I tell you. It is what it is. And the best thing what I love about it, I keep telling people, stop trying to go hard for somebody to sign you. Because X even said it. He said, once you get to that place that you always wish you could be there, you be trying your best to get away from it. For real, man. When you do it independently, you can be where you want to be and do things how you want to do it. You won't be controlled, and you ain't got to sell your soul. They knocked on the door, and he played like a woman. Classic. Who was that? You said top 5 rappers of X. Oh, top 5 favorites of X. We right here. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot of tracks. I could say is, you know what I mean? I could definitely do a top 5. You know what I mean? But just to say one, it's hard to just say one is my favorite one. Because it's like once I say one, like I said, slipping, next minute I think about, you know what I mean, another track. You know what I mean? Lord, give me a sign. I think about another track. They don't know who we be. Like, it's so many. You know what I mean? Got you, bro. All right, that's what's up. See, independent all day. That's right. That's right. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. You better know it. You better understand it. Everybody waking up, man. 'Cause I sat back and seen it. So I got a lot of offers. A lot of offers. I can show proof and messages, stuff like that. I got a lot of offers. A lot of offers. You know what I'm saying? But no. Spirit said, dogs for life and banging. Real talk. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm just glad that we could celebrate X. DMX, Aaliyah back in One Piece Classic. Right, you know they together. Tupac, you know what I mean? All that, you know. And the best thing about it, once you finally with the Lord, he get to explain why you went through what you went through and things like that. But when you got faith and you studying that word, now you can just listen to the word if you want. You can listen to the Bible if you want now, because online. So you'll understand why you're going through what you're going through. There's still things that God's going, because you really don't know everything that God knows. You know what I mean? When that one day when we finally with him, we going to know everything. We going to get to know everything. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. To me, spiritually, I can see X hugging Jesus right now, crying on his shoulder, just being thankful to be there. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I don't care how nobody look at me. It is what it is. He had too much faith. As the Bible say, just faith the size of a mustard seed. That's just all you need. It is what it is, man. If a preacher ever tell you got to be perfect to make it into heaven, that preachers are the devil. The disciples asked Jesus, what may we do to enter heaven? Jesus said, just believe. That's what he said. That don't mean to just go do devilish stuff. I'm just saying, you do your best not to. That's the point of repentance. Faith and repentance go together. Back in one piece in their actual song together. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Again, X lives on. You know what I mean? We celebrated X last night. It was a beautiful thing. Every car, everywhere was playing his music. You know, I got a lot of friends that's that's bikers. You know what I mean? They slid up on me. Yo, you know we doing it for X. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate for X. He deserve it. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. So he being celebrated. Okay, it's off the soundtrack. Okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And another thing y'all need to check out also. If you didn't see it, DMX, Angel, featuring Mary J. Blige, official music video. You gotta check that out. Cause it's almost like a movie. You know what I mean? He's rapping in it, but he's even more explaining to you everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, especially when you see how it end. Come on, man. Like, you got to see that, John. If anybody's seen it, let me know. You know, but because of YouTube, sensitivity they started or whatever, I would just play it now because I got it on pause. I keep watching it over and over. You know what I mean? But other than that, I would put it on for y'all, let y'all watch it. We watch it together, but at the same time, make sure y'all check that out. DMX, Angel, featuring Mary J. Blige, official video. For real, for those that, if you really ain't understand X, trust me, you gonna really understand them after that. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Glory be to God, man. So like I said, I just wanted to just say, like I said, we may have lost one of the greatest legends, but we still, you know what I mean? He lives on. He lives on through us. He lives on with Lord and Savior. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to my soldiers for God. Love you. Love how you put it down, bro. Thank you, and I appreciate that. Shout out to you, man. Glory be to God. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. And this new music, you're going to see how I ain't playing, too. They can't stop me. So I glorify God. They can't stop me. You know what I mean? They can't stop me, and I go too hard for them. You know what I mean? It don't mean you got to be soft because you glorify God. They got it twisted. They got it twisted. A lot of people are blinded out here, man. They think the devil was cool. He the one with the collar popped up. Come on now. They think the devil was cool. They think it's cool to be devilish. They got it fooled. It's cool to be with God. It's cool to be with Jesus. It's cool to glorify God. It's cool to speak the truth. It is what it is. It's cool. They're going to find out. And they know. They know. Some scared to speak it. You know what I mean? Some sellouts want to sell their soul. At the same time, God bless their soul. God bless their soul. Because some that's really lost or just stubborn, just want to reject the truth. Just don't want to receive it. That's all. They just don't want to receive the truth. You know what I mean? That's why the Bible says the word is a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? The word is a double-edged sword. When it hits your heart, you got faith in it, you hear the word, feel that joy. You feel that peace. You feel that serenity. You feel that I'm saved. I'm good. God got me, and I'm a conqueror. But if you reject that word, it pierces your heart. It hurts. Oh, I can't stand hearing this word. Oh, here we go again, talking about the word. That's why it's a double-edged sword. It is what it is. But guess what? Still pray for those. Because when it all come down to it, you're going to need the truth. Why you think everybody walk around with masks on now? Some of them, if they don't see me with a mask, I wear a mask certain times. Yeah. I sometimes wear a mask. I do wear a mask. You know what I mean? I know when to wear a mask. But at the same time, somebody don't see me with a mask on. Oh, wear your mask, man. Make sure you make it. Yo, you got a mask? You need it? Calm down, brother. I got Jesus too. Calm down. Calm down. And just because you got Jesus don't mean don't wear a mask, but I'm just saying, calm down. In all reality, he got me. He got me. He ain't going to allow nothing to happen to me unless it's going to glorify him. Because he's going to win in the end. Therefore, I'm going to win too. It is what it is. So at the end of the day, just, man, X lives on. Other than that, all y'all keep the faith. Get ready for this new music too, man. It's about X. It's about X. You know what I mean? So don't get it twisted because I'm talking about my new music. I'm still an artist at the end of the day. But X still lives. You know what I mean? X still lives. He lives in every one of us that rock out for him. It is what it is. Make the hood rich, baby. I'll be back at y'all.